Hey everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood personal trainer. Who else but Tommy Ellis? And I'm here today with a special bonus episode of Tommy Ellis Personal Trainer. I'll be throwing these out every once in a while whenever I have a little something to just toss your way. It's not necessarily about nutrition or exercise or me being a personal trainer, even. It's just sort of an inside look into my world a little bit. I have the privilege and the honor of being a part of an event once a year at a school on the south side of Chicago. It is called the Southside Occupational Academy. And what they do there is they have high school level kids who are our special needs, and they teach them fundamental and practical skills that will help them in the workplace. So, one of my favorite examples to share with people to illustrate what it is they do there is that they have a classroom that was donated by Jewel. If you're not familiar with the area or the chain, Jewel is a very big grocery store chain in the area. But in that classroom, it's a mini Jewel. So they have shelves to stock, they have a back room that they have to organize. They have a cash register. They teach them how to bag. And so they teach them all of these fundamental skills. And then I believe they are able to get certified so that then if they want to go and try and get a job at Jewel, they've already met the prerequisites. So it's very cool, and that's just one of many, many programs that they have there. They do textiles, they do farming, they do all sorts of stuff, and it's really a cool place. It's really not in the best area of the south side of Chicago. There's a lot of security there. Unfortunately, there are too many fatalities every year of students who are just trying to get to school. It's a very harrowing place in so many ways. Just the safety, keeping the kids safe, but then at the same time, giving them the education that they need, giving them the love and the attention that they need. The staff there, from top to bottom, regardless of their role, whether it's a teacher, the principal, or the janitor, I mean, everybody in that place is working together for the common good of the kids who go to that school. It's very inspiring. It's an incredible place, and I'm very, very honored to get to be a part of this every year. So, what is it they do? Well, at the end of the year, they have a big field day for all the kids to cut loose, be able to go out, do some activities, play some contests and competitions. They're grilling, and then part of the day, they have a professional wrestling show put on in the parking lot. There's three teachers now. It started with one, but they're up to three now of actual independent wrestlers from the Chicagoland area who are teachers at the school. So they all band together and they get volunteers like myself to come out, and we all go out and put on a show for the kids. Uh, Depending on the year and depending on the schedule, sometimes we do two shows. We do a part one and a part two. Um, and these kids just eat it up and they absolutely love it. And it's just one of the greatest things to be a part of because, in general, kids are the best audience if you're a professional wrestler. It doesn't, they're not being nearly as critical about things or nitpicking things. I mean, just seeing somebody do a body slam and being 10 feet away from the ring versus if you went to an arena where you're, 20 rows back and the ring looks very, very small. It's a whole different experience and much louder and much more impact, and you really get to see how much abuse these guys actually take in the ring. It's and they just absolutely go nuts. And one of the cool things is that every year, and it's been 11 years now, I've gotten to be a part of this, and every year the teachers always come back with the same report, in that they say that the kids don't talk about this like just when it's leading up to the event. They talk about this for the entire year. Like, this is like all year they talk about doing this show. And then when we finally get there and we do it, the anticipation levels are just off the charts. And even from the staff, you don't know how many times we've had, like, people from the kitchen staff, people from the teachers, things like that, who want to get like group photos with us and the other wrestlers. On a few occasions, we've videotaped some promos, and been like, if it was somebody's grandmother, we do a promo putting their grandmother over, and everything, whatever we had to do. And it's great. It's just so rewarding, and it's so wonderful to see the smiles on the kids' faces and everything. When it started out, we were all a part of a company called Resistance Pro Wrestling, which started in 2011. And at the time was we had our creative director who did the storylines and created characters for the company, mine included. Was Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. So he had come out with us to the very first time that we had come to the school. We didn't put on a show the very first time. We had just come out and talked to the kids and basically told them that if their reading scores had gotten up to a certain level, then we would come back and do a show. And during the course of the year, we made a couple of more appearances and said hello, and did some special activities with them so that they knew that we hadn't forgotten about them, and we didn't make them wait an entire year, to just be like, let's see if you did it or not. And when they achieved it, we brought out the whole crew in the ring, and we went out there and we put on a show. And that was 11 years ago. And Resistance Pro since then has folded, but the originator and the person who conceptualized this entire thing, Sean Young, who at the school is known as Mr. Young, and on the independents is known as C Red, he kept it going, and God bless him for it. So our Pro Pop, a positive outreach program, became C Red Pop, and it has continued on since. In that time, I have had the distinct honor and privilege of being able to hold the title for 4 years straight as the school's champion. That was a big deal for me. And it opened up a lot of awesome experiences for me, because I was able to go to, some birthday parties at the school for certain kids, just kind of popping my head in and making appearances. And then at one point got a letter in the mail from one of the students at the school asking if I would be one of the guests for their graduation. And as you know, with any high school graduation, you only get a certain number of tickets to go, and they wanted me to be there for that. And so that, of course, was a very, very special moment for me to be a part of. This last weekend, I attended and participated in 2 matches for the 11th annual C Red Pop. I admittedly was not in ring shape, as I have not worked in the ring in a while. So 2 matches back to back is kind of, or 2 matches within about a half hour of each other at least, is a lot for someone who hasn't done it in a while. But fortunately, I worked with a lot of great people in the ring who helped make me look good, and it was a great time. So I just wanted to share that with everybody and let people know that there's places like that exist. The school is really awesome. The teachers there, the security, the staff, I mean everybody. It's like I said, from the janitor to the principal, everybody there has a huge impact on how that place runs. and making sure that the kids are safe, feel comfortable, are taken care of, and get the education that they need. And I think that we are all blessed to have people like that out there. So that's all I got. Just wanted to share that story with you. I will have photos of my most recent match this last week on Instagram, which is Tommy Else underscore PT, I believe, something to that effect. If you can't find it, go to my website, tommyelse.com, look for the Instagram link, and it'll take you there, and you can see the photos there. But really, there's some great work being done out there on the south side of Chicago for kids who really need it in an area that's not the easiest place to do it in. So uh, thank you to everybody who has ever participated in this over the last 11 years. Everyone has always volunteered their time and their ability to the cause. And I know that everybody, top to bottom, has always enjoyed being able to perform and definitely gets as much out of it as I do. So thank you very much. And thank you to Sean Young, Mr. Young, aka C Red of the Soul Touches. Google it because he's the man behind all of it. We were featured on Robert Redford's CNN's documentary called Chicagoland. We also were featured on WGN Morning News. And all of this was all C Red's doing. So thank you again to him. And thank you again to the Southside Occupational Academy for allowing me to have the experience that I've had with them. And as always, I am up for coming back every single year that they are willing to have me. So thank you very much. And as always, I, of course, have been who else but Tommy.